Today I'm going to show you a little metaphor of how our consciousness is like a lake, a huge lake. So like one of the biggest lakes in the world is called Lake Superior up here near northern Wisconsin, northern Minnesota. I'm south of there by about an hour's drive. This is called Barden Lake, also known as Whitefish Lake. And then there's a little lake to the south that my parents have a cabin on called Lake Deborah. And there's going to be a big difference here. So I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really, really windy today. And so on the big lake, there's gigantic waves, and the waves represent individual people in this metaphor. So if consciousness is the entire lake, that's how we identify as when we are in a very deep spiritual state. And that would be more like this lake, the small one here in the to the south, Lake Deborah. Let's see if I can get this in the shot. Okay, so Lake Deborah is very calm right now because the wind is coming from the north. So Lake Deborah would be more representative of when you're meditating or when you're in a deep state. And if you do some more practice, you can actually have this state all of the time, kind of a serenity. And I'm trying to have that sense this summer as I go deeper into the source of my ego and try to find where the serenity and the peacefulness comes from. Okay, but now I'm going to introduce you to American culture out here on the dock in the big lake. So I'm going to walk out here, and I'm going to have to talk a little bit louder because the wind is coming. And American culture is extremely windy right now because we're always looking for that next desire. We have a lot. We're very active. We're trying to find comfort in our lives. However, that desire to have more comfort actually makes us more uncomfortable because we can't handle the peacefulness of consciousness itself and our entire identity that is peacefulness. So as you look out here, it's way wavier. So you and I, we identify as one of these particular waves, but our nature is the lake in its entirety. Okay, so if you look at this big vast lake, the lake is itself, no matter if it's extremely windy or if it's extremely calm, and it doesn't matter if it's day or night, winter or summer, it just is exactly the way that it is all the time, not trying to be something that it's not. And when we identify as one of the waves, we like to judge ourselves against other waves and and that judgment makes us feel unfulfilled in life. And our goal as egos is to try to be the best wave and try to be a wave as long as possible. But if you look at the waves, they're crashing against the shore over here and dying, right? If you think about what kind of life a wave has, it exists for a short period of time, but then crashes against the shore and it ceases to exist, just as we are as individual human beings. But if we see that we are life itself, or the entire lake, you can kind of sit there as the lake itself and enjoy the peacefulness, no matter if there is waves or if there are not waves. Okay, and the lake is much older than any of our lives. Okay, and it's going to live way longer than us. Right, so the waves are so short-lived. The human beings that enjoy this lake is so short-lived. But the lake is so grand, so vast, so beautiful, and that's how the consciousness is. Okay, so in Hindu terms, consciousness is Brahman, meaning that it is always the way that it is, and vast, infinite blissful awareness. Okay, that's exactly how the water is. However, Maya means illusion or magic. That would be the waves, and the waves seem different than the lake, right? So as people who believe in Maya and magic and separateness, we believe that there is a difference between the lake and the waves. Okay, but if you really think about it, if you point to a wave, you also point to the lake. Okay, so there's no difference between the lake and the waves. All of these waves are the lake. Okay, so all of the people, all of the trees, all of the animals that you see is consciousness, is Brahman, is God. Another word for that is God. So there is no separation between yourself as an individual wave and all of the lake, the entire vast lake. Okay, so really the struggle is when we suffer, it is when we believe that we are a particular wave that's about to crash into the shore and end its short-lived life. However, when you look at another metaphor are these clouds here, right? The clouds, why would you want to identify as a particular cloud? Because the clouds end, right? Like if you say you're like just this cloud here, and you're trying to survive as just that cloud, but the nature of clouds is that they reform, reshape, and that they're sharing water molecules with one another, and that it's actually, there's not separate clouds, it's all just cloudness, and it's all reforming, and it's all really just one water cycle. You could also think of it as consciousness as a water cycle. Water is in a lake, then it becomes a cloud, then it enters into your body, and the water is always existing, but it's constantly sharing this necessary energy for life to continue. Okay, so I'm going to keep that video short, under 10 minutes here. If you have a question about how consciousness is like a lake, you can comment below. If you like the video, click that like button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.